Well, good morning. I feel like all my videos start like this. At least in the last video. But that's okay. We've got 20 to 21 miles for this marathon workout. We've got 2 miles easy to warm up. And we hop right into it. And it's a set, 2 miles easy, a set, 2 miles easy. And we're just going 4 miles at race pace, counting down to 1. So I'm wondering if this is going to feel like the fastest marathon run that I've done, long run that I've done, but man, it's just too early. Oh well, but watch is 100% recovered, got a fair sleep score, just under 6 hours, and I feel pretty ready to go. That Friday, taking Friday easy has always been good. It's about 5:30 right now, 5:33, and 40 degrees out and overcast, so perfect running weather. I'm gonna get out, go get all this done. That's going to cap week 12. Can't believe it's flying by so fast, but the faster time flies, I realized that every week of training really matters. So today's a big one. Today's a big workout. Let's go get it. Welcome back to the Road to Elite Marathon series, in which a full-time worker, husband, father, tries to go from a 4:48 marathon to running a sub-2:20 marathon. Is it impossible? Probably, but I guess we'll find out together.
Looking for a piece of mind. I've been trying to redefine life. I can see the signs. Word is going to see me shine. Fighting for my soul's sake. Whipping fast, no brakes. Nothing's ever been a waste. Now that I've been wide awake, Luke's trying to pull me back in. I was stuck for a minute and forgot the passion. Since the lights turned on, it's been camera action, and you start to see it all like a chain reaction. Watch it happen, yeah. Swear that I'ma find my way. Past been gone, I'ma watch it all fade. Whoa, guess I'm going MIA from everybody's problems. Oh, guess I'm locked in, guess I'm locked in. I got this, and it's on my soul. Guess I'm locked in, guess I'm locked in. I got this, and that's on my soul. Time's moving, I've been losing track of where I've been. And the quiet or the voices living in my head.
Alright, just got done the first 2 big sets, 4 miles and 3 miles. Legs feel pretty decent, actually. Back at the car to fuel up. And then we've got the last 9 or 10 miles left. Let's go get it.
I'm not impressed. Know that I'm far from perfect, but trying my best. Looking up to the sky, feeling grateful. Boy, I had to walk away from the fake road. Can't believe I'm still here on my way to find out the truth. Swear that I'ma find my way. Past been gone, I'ma watch it all fade. Whoa, guess I'm going MIA from everybody's problems. Oh, guess I'm locked in, guess I'm locked in. I got this, and it's on my soul. Guess I'm locked in, guess I'm locked.
I called it when I did on the recording side. I did finish the whole run. I got the 1 mile, the last set in, which was 1 mile at race pace, and that was really, really tough. I was really gassed, but I was able to actually push through and finish, but I had really no bandwidth mentally and physically to just focus on recording, so it was nice to just lock in, finish the workout. It was a much higher intensity of a long run than I'm used to. I've done quite a few pickups after my long runs, but after last week, if you remember, a week or so ago, I had done a workout with a lot of guys with my men's fitness group, and it just shot my quads and my legs, so I took it incredibly easy, that 20 miler. So it was good to come out here and do 10 miles of race pace. I think this week we'll dial it back a little bit, maybe do 20, 21, most of it easy pace with a bit of a pickup. But it was good. It felt really good to finish that run, to really punch that workout in the mouth, because you only have, at the end of the day, so many of these 20 milers in each build, and I wanted to make it more consistent, give myself more opportunity to get used to racing, to get used to running that length of run, to get used to racing at that pace. And as it stands, we have maybe 4 or 5 more of these runs before we start to taper. Tomorrow we've got 10-mile tests. I'll do a 1 mile warm up, and then it's 10 miles at race pace, which will be the second time I've done 10 miles at race pace. And I haven't done this race pace since my half marathon, like where I did 13 miles there. This is the second most I've done consecutively, whereas on Saturday I did it broken up over sets, which kind of helps pass the 3 hours that you're running for when you have the different sets, so that's really helpful. But I'm doing this little series every Tuesday for the next 5 to 6 weeks, where I'll do 8 miles at race pace, 10 miles at race pace, which is tomorrow, and then 12 miles at race pace next week, and I'll work my way back down to 10 and 8 as we kind of get over that hump. But really just to show that I can do that sustained effort for as long as I need to, and just kind of have that as another data point of, okay, I am in 3:30 shape. That's the whole question. Can I do this in 3 hours and 30 minutes or faster? And I think this last Saturday's run was a great indicator that I am in that shape. My race predictor on Strava is going up into the right, which is great. It's at 3 hours and 35 minutes and some seconds. It's sub 3:36. I think I can get that down below 3:30, maybe even a little faster, but right now we've got all eyes on 3:30. So anyway, that's a little bit of the update. Did really well. Feeling was really good. I felt just really motivated to get that run done. Tomorrow, big workout again, and then Wednesday we'll get some easy mileage and focus on recouping some of the push tomorrow. Woke up, felt a little dinged up. Not too bad, but just felt tired. Mentally a little worn down, physically a little worn down. So decided to sleep in about another hour and a half. Got up at 6 instead, and just had a quiet morning. Taking like a faux rest day. I've done this at least once before in this build, where I work out early in the morning, then don't run until the end of the next day. So that kind of gives me like 36 hours to rest and get some recovery. So today's going to be kind of like that. We'll hit the 11-mile workout this evening right after dinner, and I think it will just be really good for the mind, body, and spirit. All right, we're about to take off. 1 mile warm-up, 10 miles of race pace. Let's see how this goes. Watch give me a 100% recovery score. I'm pretty fired up. Let's go run.
Well, I saddled up my shoe, headed out at dawn. Yeah, I saddled up my shoe, headed out at dawn. Ain't no place gonna hold me when the road keeps rolling on. My baby crying, said she can't live that way. Left my baby crying, said she can't live that way. Told her love ain't chained down, it just comes and drifts away. Look like a burning coin. Saw the sun in the distance look like a burning coin. Now I'm rolling through the valley, wind hums through my hair.
A lot faster. No, slow down.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I'm rolling through the valley, wind hums through my hair. You can tell my woman I'm gone and I ain't coming back.
Quick debrief. It's the next morning, so it's Wednesday morning. Just wanted to kind of talk through very briefly about yesterday's run. It went super well. Just under 12 miles, covered with that 10-mile big block of marathon miles. I actually ended up punching 7:21 at the end. I was feeling very motivated. I think a couple of things to just review. It was a very positive to be able to finish all those miles. At the pace I did, I could practice better pace discipline. I did push the stroller for a couple miles and found that didn't affect my pace too much, which is fantastic. Overall, I didn't take any gels. I had a gel with me. I had a couple street tacos to start because it was right after dinner time. So I didn't fuel very well. I did drink pretty well. I did have almost a whole bottle of Gatorade for that kind of run. But knowing that there is a very finite amount of miles I was doing, I didn't feel like I needed to overfuel. But I definitely felt that in the last couple miles where I was definitely starting to feel a little tired. Like I think I mentioned before, something I'll be working to improve on is just a little bit more pace discipline. I was very hyped up. I was very excited to go, and there was multiple times where my watch was beeping at me, saying I was going too fast. And I would look down and keep beeping because I was just pushing a little too hard through some of the miles, which is fine. I'm glad that I have to pull back from going way too hard, but for the marathon, I will need to practice better discipline. But yeah, I'm trying to think if there's anything else, but that was the main things. That was very rewarding to be able to go run 10 straight miles of marathon pace. And I was pushing faster than I probably should have at times. And then I finished with a really strong mile, 7:21, instead of like 7:50 and 8, which is between those two benchmarks. That's kind of where I want to be racing. Anyway, it's now April. We just have a month of training left, a full month of training left before the taper. And so today is all about recovery. March went super well. I hope April is even better. And the reason I didn't do this video yet last night is because I was getting dinner, doing some dishes, getting cleaned up, and then doing a ton of recovery work. I think I did like a half hour to 40 minutes last night of just stretching, hot towel wraps, massage gun, all that stuff. So I'm going to get warmed up here, run a few miles this morning to shake it off, to kind of flush the legs a little bit from yesterday's effort. I'm not going to lie, I've been trying to negotiate myself out of this run for the last 30 minutes, ever since I've been awake, ever since I woke up. It's like 15 mile an hour winds with a real feel of 19 degrees. But I'm gonna at least give it a shot. Let's just get out the door. That's what I keep thinking, because every time I think, I'll just backload some miles onto Friday, just get a few easy miles in today and not do my 800 workout. I don't know. I know that would sit with me for the rest of the day. So gonna try it. We'll see. Be willing to negotiate if the conditions are actually very difficult or too difficult to do, or if they're if the conditions are too nasty, I guess is what I'm saying. So we'll go give it a shot. As you can tell, I'm super enthused. So no run this morning. Well, no big workout this morning. I ended up pivoting and just throwing about 5.5 easy miles. We'll probably do 7.5 easy miles tomorrow. So that way my long run isn't too impacted on Saturday. And this way we'll still hit 60 miles. A little bummed. I like doing the 800 meter repeats because it's just a really hard, tough workout. But yeah, the wind up there was excessive. I was feeling pretty tired still. So I decided to just still get a run in, still get some miles in, not panic over it, knowing that I'll still hit my miles this week, and we'll still get hard workouts in this month. And it's actually okay because last week was a pretty intense training week, and to deload on effort while still keeping up the miles is a way for me to keep getting those miles in while recovering and making sure I'm not derailing my entire block. So that's the reasoning behind it, and I think that's one of the things that will keep me fresh for the entire rest of this block. Okay, I just wanted to clarify. I think I sounded a little bit depressed though in that video where I got back from my run, because I was a little down. I was a little frustrated. I'd been hoping Tuesdays and Thursdays are like key workout days for me, to not be able to do it, and to also struggle with that kind of lack of motivation, which I've been really blessed. This build has been very, very easy. Just as far as motivation, it's been incredibly high, and I've been very, very driven. But recently, I think as we get into the last stages of the build, we just have a full month left of training. We've got 4 or 5 weeks until the taper. It's just a lot easier to just start taking these workouts for granted, even when it's still incredibly important to build fitness. So that's where that attitude was stemming from. But now I did finally what I've encouraged other people to do. It's like, hey, if you need to, take it easy, recalculate, reorganize, get resituated. So that's been a positive takeaway, because already I'm at 43 miles this week. I've got probably a 22 miler tomorrow. I ended up running with my buddy Luke, so here's a clip of that. It was gorgeous this morning. We did about 7.5 miles easy.
With people. My heart rate's higher. Like 160.
Oh, really?
At least because we're going to
Yeah. Anyway, so that was a great run. I got in like 10.5 miles between Wednesday and Thursday. Normally I have a couple days that are just super easy to just recover, to let the legs get geared up between Tuesday and Thursday and Saturday, which are like the 3 key days. Really focused on building speed, marathon pacing, and then that long run, which is incredibly important. So I was still able to get a couple easy days in. I've gotten more easy running in. I've been training with my wife as we get ready for a local 5K, and she doesn't run a lot, but we've been getting into running together, so it's been really fun to run together. So it's still more time on feet, still a lot of easy running, and so it's been great for recovery. So I'm optimistic that tomorrow's 22 miler will be really, really good. I don't think I'll go as hard as last Saturday, where I was putting in a significant amount of work with the 10 miles at race pace and then 10 miles of easy. This is probably going to be about more 5 to 15, like that ratio, 5 pickup, 17 easy. So, but yeah, so basically the takeaway is, like, if I need to reorganize to get rested, that's what you have to do in the middle of long training, like a long training block. Just because you have it on the calendar, you have it on the training plan, doesn't mean that you are going to do that, because day to day things change, and you have to be flexible. But I'm so incredibly committed to getting, I'm committed regardless. Incredibly, that seems kind of over the top, but I'm just fired up. I get really fired up because I feel really stoked to be doing this kind of build. It's been a couple years in the making. So yeah, a lot of guys watching this, a lot of guys I've talked to are, in the middle of, are either working out on their own or they're into running, and this is like the 12th thing on their priority list. For me, it's a little higher because I'm really committed to this build. I'm really committed to this going into the future, but still other things come first, and so sometimes you gotta sleep, sometimes you have to prioritize family. I put this in the morning so I don't have to deal with those questions, so I just get up and run. But sometimes you have a late night, and sometimes you need to have just flexibility of schedule and flexibility of mind too, to not get so depressed because you weren't able to do a workout because it was super windy. And I think I threw a clip in there earlier. So anyway, all that being said, be flexible, have fun, and get mileage done. That's the main takeaway from this. So tomorrow we've got 22 miles, and we are just getting started, baby. Let's roll. Good morning. We've got 22 miles this morning. Let's see where I'm stepping. 22 miles, 16 fluke. We'll get this next 6 on our own after that. Might manage a few miles to pick up.
Well, I saddled up my shoes, headed out at dawn. Yeah, I saddled up my shoes, headed out at dawn. Ain't no place gonna hold me when the road keep rolling on. Left my baby crying, said you can't live that way. Left my baby crying, said you can't live that way. I told her love ain't chained down, it just comes and drifts away. Yeah. Saw the sun in the distance, looked like a burning coin. Saw the sun in the distance, looked like a burning coin. Lord, I don't need no preacher, just that dust roll to join.
I just wrapped up 22.1, 700 on the year. That's cool. Tough one. That was really tough. I was so gassed at the end. But we managed a 2-mile pickup, almost like north of 3.5 hours on time on feet. So that's like the most monstrous easy run I've ever done. All right, we're chasing big goals. That's kind of like my final message for this video. We're chasing big goals. We're trying to get a 30-minute PR in the marathon. One of the things that I realized this week and that I learned is that sometimes you have to shift things around. Sometimes you actually have to sacrifice a quality training session so that way you can hit the long run hard, and those are gold. Like, you have to protect those because there's only so many in each training block. And so that's the thing I learned this week. From weekend to weekend, so from Saturday to Saturday, I ran 85 miles, and over the course of that time I spent a lot of time on recovery, a lot of time on treatment that didn't make it into this video. So that's one thing to also keep in mind. If you've got big goals, take care of yourself mentally, spiritually, and physically outside of running, so that way you can be sharper when race day does come around. So I'm really eager to hear what you guys learned from running this week. Let me know. I hope you found this series enjoyable, because it's just documenting what it takes to get to a 30-minute PR in the marathon, while also this being not the top priority on my list. So if you enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up, share it with a friend, and I hope you have a great Easter.